first thing we see with this tarot card and rune draw is the 10 of arrows instruction. I could speak on this tarot card for quite some time. On the tapestry in the background, we see 9 arrows. There are 9 lunar cycles to each of the 3 cycles of our bear. The 10th arrow is loaded on the bow, and the bow is at full draw. Notice the Father who is present. Notice him hands-on instruction. The Father's right hand is supporting his son's right elbow, guiding him on where that elbow should be and how that bow should be drawn. The Father's left hand is on his son's left elbow. And you can almost picture in your mind the Father saying, look down the arrow, aim, breathe, make sure it's safe behind your target, release. What you don't see on this card, but it is happening on this card with both father and son, are memories for both of them. The memories that are being created with fathers being present with their sons, the guidance they are giving them, how to grow up to become men. Today's day and age wants to take that away. They want to have labels assigned as toxic masculinity. Fathers cannot let that happen. Teach your children in the way they should go. A pagan concept. This card could be equally as called, instead of just instruction, maybe parenting. Because it doesn't just apply to fathers teaching their sons, but mothers teaching their daughters as well. Much was taken away from women with the witch trials, when women healers were targeted as witches. And they didn't need to kill all of the healers, just make it prominent enough where they would be able to control them with making public spectacles of a few. So this card could be a parenting card. Mothers need to teach their daughters, fathers need to teach their sons. And I'm not saying there should be no crossover. Should a daughter be taught how to shoot a bow, how to throw an axe? Of course. Should a son be taught healing herbs and foraging? Of course. But there has to be a clarity in what they will grow up to be. This card is a powerful card, the 10 of Arrows. The first rune in the position of Earth, which, as I've said, this is not past, present, and future. Earth is the position of youth, the idea, something in its infancy. Chip off the old block. Goes with this card. Berkano has no merkstave. This rune is the rune of the birch tree, the white birch tree that only grows in those northern extreme climates up around the Udales. It represents our ancestral bear. It represents birth and rebirth and the mother goddess. When this rune is seen in the heavens, it represents pregnancy. Maybe someone's considering having a child. That's in the youthful phase of your consideration. Remember this card. Parent must be present to teach. Someone, if we erase that father figure out of that card, the bow is still loaded, the bow is still drawn, but the boy is shooting in the dark. Someone will give that boy instruction if the father is absent, whether that's the public school system, whether that's government, whether that's someone who would destroy his attachment to family, folk, and frith. If the father is gone with the son, or the mother is gone with the daughter, someone will tell that boy where to shoot that bow, and it may not be where a parent would have. In the position of Verthandi, which means the worth phase, the middle phase where you prove your worth, is Inguz. Inguz represents Godfrey, fertility, the seed. Strongly, with these two runes, Earth and Verthandi, holding the position of birth or rebirth, ancestry, or bear, and then fertility, my mind truly goes to someone is either considering to increase their family with another child or have their first. This card. In the position of skuld, what should happen? What should happen if Berkano and Inguz are carried out and your worth is proved? What happens in the position of, well, it should happen, Kenaz. Kenaz happens. Kenaz represents that soft glowing light of the hearth. The hearth to our northern pagan ancestors was lit in the autumn when temperatures came down. Kenaz in the constellations comes overhead in Samhain and lasts until the beginning of the northern pagan year, spring, the vor for or. That soft glowing light of Kenaz. Now, why would that be important in the should phase of a rune draw? Because around that hearth is where stories are told, from memories made. Just like around the dinner table, where a family should sit to eat their meal and have discussions. No headphones, no music, no television, no video games, but hands-on instruction, hands-on parenting. Teach your children the way they should go. Give them memories so that when rebirth happens, Berkano, they will have memories to pass on. Eventually, that father won't be there. Eventually, that mother won't be there. And the children will pass on to their children the memories made. So when the ancestor is reborn, there is something there. The father not present with the son, the mother not present with the daughter, is anti-pagan. The cycle of the year shows us mother's time, fertility, increase, growth. A time when mothers would be teaching their daughters healing herbs. Then we transition into Samhain and father's time, dormancy, when hunts need to take place. And sons will be hunting with their fathers, making memories, passing on things to their children, so that when ancestors are reborn, they are reborn with the knowledge that they once possessed, that they passed on, which ended up back in themselves. All of our books are available through us for direct purchase at a reduced cost. If you want to remain anonymous, you can pick them up on Amazon. They are in both printed version and ebook form on Amazon. They're in printed version through us. And that is where I will end this video. So until next time, or tills nästa gång, good hälsa.